Good morning, everybody. We are doing a 45-minute class today, focusing on your abs, arms, and glutes, and we are going to use some props. So if you have light weights nearby, you can use water bottles, you can use cans, whatever you want. And then also a stretch band or towel will be helpful. If you don't have, that's fine too. You'll just focus on your muscle contraction, but generally you can find something around the house that you can use, which will be helpful. If you have a pillow or need something for under your neck, make sure you have that as well for times that we're on our back or on our side that you need the support. And otherwise, we will get started. So what I'm going to have you do to start is we're actually going to start on our side today. So you're going to start on your left side. I'm just going to adjust this. Line yourself up. Come all the way down, okay? Now, all I want you to do is stack your hips, pick up your legs, bring them towards the front corner, then press your hips back. Now from here, lengthen that leg, and you can put a pillow under your head. So first, we're going to do something I never have you do. I'm going to have you go for range of motion, then we're going to go for isolation. So for range of motion, we're just going to lift and just try to get some range, right? So a lot of times I have you focus on the isolation, the reach, all of that, which we will do. But I also want to think of full range movements today, right? So this movement of the hip, how much range do we have? How much control do we have? But seeing where that can take us. 2 more. And 1 more, right? So I'm going way higher than I normally would. Now we'll go to the isolation. So now I'm going to lengthen. I'm going to keep a little space under my waist. And then I'm going to lift only so high that I don't collapse. So that's very different. I can probably go just to about here. And that I'm pushing away. I'm maintaining the space under my waist. Pulling my belly in. 2 more. And 1 more. And then 1 last time, just range of motion. So you can stay pretty loose here. Just keep your core engaged and then lift up for range. Just see what that feels like. If it feels any different than when you do just the isolations, or if you feel it in like slightly a different place. Two more. And 1 and rest. Before we go to the other side, you're going to flip over onto your stomach. Palms face down. Forehead comes down. And adjust yourself, right? So you feel pretty even side to side. And we're actually going to work with that for a second in this warm up. So forehead comes down. You're going to start with your pelvic tilts first. So you're going to inhale. Then when you exhale, lift the belly, tuck the tail, and then inhale and release, right? So I'm going to exhale, pull my belly up, tuck, and then release. So as I do this, I'm feeling the belly lift, my thighs press down, right? Pubic bone presses down so that kind of under my hip bones feel like they're lifting up. Abs in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now that side-to-side motion I talked about a second ago. Pull your belly up, just rock left, rock right. And just see, a lot of times this feels really nice, just to kind of loosen and release the low back. Now keep in mind, I'm not swinging my legs as much, right? It's more just from the core and center. Now there's going to be a teeny bit of leg movement, but my heels find that control. Now if you want to add the legs, you're going to just let it kind of rock. And this should feel like it's coming from a little bit of a higher place. And then it's just kind of loosening up that low back area. And rest. Come on up. Shift your weight back. So what you're going to do is you're going to press your hips back, reach the arms. And then I'm going to have you shift your weight forward, lift the chest. Pull the belly in, press back, reach, shift forward, lift. Now, for those of you with back issues, you're obviously not going to sink down, so you're going to just come into a plank. Those of you that like a little bit of extension and it feels good and you don't have injuries, you can go into it. 2 more. And 1 more. All right, switching sides. We're going to lie on our right side now. And we're going to start with just range of motion, and then we'll go into isolation. And then we'll do some abs, and we'll get started with the props and get deeper into these muscles. So stack your hips, pick up the legs, bring them to the front corner, press your hips back. All of that is always the same. So inhale, exhale, we're going to lift for range. And you might notice one side goes higher than the other. That's fine. Just make sure your hips still stay stacked. Your toes are still pointing forward. Three more. 2 and 1. Now that a little slower isolation. So abs in, lengthen out, flex the feet. You're going to lift only to where you can control it, and then back down. Exhale up. Four more. 3 more. 2 and 1. And then one more time for range. Keep those toes forward. Lift. So it might fatigue a bit. That's okay. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. And rest. You're going to go onto your back now. Similar idea to what we did on our stomach. We're going to start with our knees bent. Okay, relax the shoulders. And then you're going to go into your pelvic tilts here. Pull the belly and flatten the back. And then release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just rocking through. 2 more. 7 and 8. Then find neutral. Now the trickier part on your back, it's way more difficult. We're going to keep our knees bent, pull the belly in, and think of shifting side to side, left to right. Knees stay center. Breathe through the movement. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Then straighten your legs. Now you're going to hip hike. We're going to make one leg longer, hike the other hip, and then switch. This should feel pretty good, actually, especially on a side that you hold some tightness. So if you notice one side's tighter, then let that opposite hip hike. So if your left side's tighter, you would let your right hip hike and let that left side stretch out for a second, and then switch. So you're giving that right side a chance to activate when you lift, that left side a chance to stretch. Same thing when you go the opposite direction. 3 more. 2 more. And 1, and rest. Bend your knees. All right. Finding your neutral, right? So you're going to arch, flatten, arch, find center, find neutral. Arms down by your sides. Inhale. Exhale, pull the abs in. Right leg tabletop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left leg tabletop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, right leg. Left. Right. Left. 2 more. Right. And left. Hands go behind your head, or you can keep your head down and repeat. You're going to inhale. Exhale, lift to meet the knee, and then down. 2. Now, obviously, we're not meeting the knee exactly. We're just going into that chest lift, but keeping that control, using the abs to pull the leg up and using the abs to pull our chest up. So we're building up from what we were working on in the last class, getting into the abs a little bit deeper. 3, 2, keep your head heavy in your hands if you are curling up. 1. So then now we add rotation. As we lift, we're going to rotate to the knee that comes up. If you shouldn't be lifting, just lift the knee, reach across, right? You can keep your head down, and you'll still get this core activation. Inhale, exhale, lift, rotate, 10, 9, 8, 7. Think of rotating right around your spine so you stay pretty centered. You don't go off to the side. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, and rest back to center. From here, going into our bridging. Feet flat, arms down. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to press your thighs forward as you push your feet into the ground. Inhale, exhale, press, lift, squeeze the glutes. Make sure you're pressing from underneath. You might feel a little stretch in the front of the thighs, and then back down. Try to be level as you press, squeeze, and down. Lift 4, 5, exhale 6. The only reason I put my hands here sometimes is to make sure that I feel the squeeze here. 7, especially because there's a tendency, and I have it too, to use one side more than the other. So I really want to think about, am I using both evenly? Do I feel it in both? Can I feel it tighten? 1 more. And then back down. Now going into your articulated bridge. So we're going to flatten the back and roll up. So inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly. Rolling up. And then lengthen, rolling all the way back down. 1 vertebra at a time. Exhale, roll up. 2. Inhale, exhale, roll up. 3. And then back down. 4. 5. 6. Right? So you're getting that squeeze at the top. Notice I'm not popping my chest, right? 7. 8. 2 more. If you want a little challenge, lift those arms. 9. And 1 more. And 10. Squeeze. And then all the way back down. All right, grabbing your weights. Make sure they're in an easy place to grab nearby or sit up to get them. First part, just warming up the arm movement. So it's going to start easy and progress to be a little bit more difficult. Elbows by your sides, shoulders back, abs in. Inhale, exhale, press up, control it. Pull the shoulders down, control it down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press, resist, right? So the chest stays open as you resist it down. Good, you have 10 more here, just to warm it up. If you're doing this right, you'll start feeling the triceps, especially if you keep this angle in the arms, right? All right, so that's our first movement. We're going to keep building it up, but we're going to alternate it with our single leg bridging and an ab exercise. So we're going to go 3 exercises, 3 rounds. So what we're starting with is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10 more. 10. I guess that was kind of deceiving when I said 2 more, wasn't it? 9, 8, 7. I did say 10 on each side though. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, 10 single leg bridges on each leg. Arms down, press down into your left foot, right leg comes up. Inhale, exhale, squeeze bridge. 10, 9. For those of you that want more of a challenge, your arm's going to come up. I'm going to keep it down just because my Achilles is injured on both legs, so I'm not trying to put too much pressure. But obviously, listen to your body. If you know you can do a little more, do a little more. Try to keep the hips level. One more. And then switch legs. Right foot down, left leg up. Exhale, lift. Now I want you to try to go higher than what you see me doing. I'm staying in a low range just because I do have the injury right now, so I'm not trying to put pressure there. But when you press up, you're going to squeeze your glute and see how high you can get it. That isolation is the same. 3, 2 more, and 1, and then back down. Then we're back to this, okay? So we're going to make it a double movement. If this bothers your shoulders, stick to the part that does not. You're going to lift. We're going to bend, extend, come back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I bend, I'm still keeping that angle and I'm isolating in the tricep as I press up, right? 7, 8, 9. In case you haven't caught on, it's basically 20 of everything. 10. So you have 10 more. Keep that same control. Push up. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, press, 2, and 1, and rest. All right, next part, abs again. Legs in tabletop. We're going to curl up. Hands go behind your head. Curl the upper body up. Extend the right leg. Circle. 10, 9, 8, 7. Arms can also come down by your side. 6, 5. If you want some bicep work. 4, and shoulder stability. 3. You grab those weights. 2, 1. Then reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, extend. Circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Last 10, 9. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. All right, glute exercise. So press into your feet, pull the belly in, roll up. Now you have little pelvic tilts. You're going to release. So these are isolations. Squeeze, squeeze. 9, 8, 7. If you want more work, arms up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Those of you that do not have back issues, you're going to continue with me. If you have back issues, you're just going to repeat it. Otherwise, you're going to tilt to one side, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come all the way down. And then just for fun, we are going to finish with 10 more bridges. So bridge up, squeeze 10. Press away 9. If you want more work, lift your heels. 8. 7. Can I lift my heels today? Not really. 6. I can do one at a time though. 5. That's better than the other day. 4. And that's what happens when you injure yourself. 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Okay, hands back on the weights. We are just going to do the overhead part. Anything, just come back to this one, right? Nice safe position. You're here, right? Elbows. Inhale, exhale, press. We have 20. Shoulders stay back. Inhale, exhale, 5, 6. Keep that control. Extend. 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Exhale, 10, 9, 8. Full extension, 7. Feel those triceps as you extend. Try to put your mind to where that muscle is. 6, 5, 4, 3 more, 3, 2 more, 2, and 1, and control it down, put it off to the side. Good job. All right, coming up to a seated position. Okay, so we have some seated arms, we have some plank stuff for our abs, and then we'll have some side lying glute stuff and some extension. So since we just did arms, we're going to come back to abs first, and you're going to go into your plank. So flipping around, hands come onto the shoulders. You can always go onto your knees if you need to. Hands into the shoulders, press away, shoulders pull back, okay? Open the chest, lift the belly just so you have a neutral spine. So there's a couple things to note here. Okay, so lifting the belly doesn't mean that I totally lose my neutral in a different way. So I can lift the belly and stay engaged and still maintain it, right? When you lift the belly, you tuck the pelvis. It's just I don't want it disengage, and I can lift and find somewhere that you have that alignment. All right, from here, you're going to inhale. When you exhale, extend one leg back. Inhale, exhale, extend the other. Now, both legs are on the ground. Push the ground away and press up. All 5 toes on the ground. I'm slightly on my tiptoes just because I'm trying to avoid, again, my ankle and Achilles. So push all the way up. If you do want more of a challenge, though, it is way harder on your tiptoes. Push everything up to the ceiling. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Down. Stretch back for a second. Part 2 of that exercise is bringing your knee to chest. Now, because I have an Achilles injury, I'm actually going to go on sliders so I can stay on my tiptoes, which also, again, makes it harder. So if you want, you don't need to, though. It's going to be enough just to try to lift your leg and bring it in. And again, you can do this on your forearms. All right, coming up, extend, pull in, switch. So otherwise you're picking your leg up to the ground. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Awesome. Coming into our arm exercise, you're going to grab your hand weights again. Okay, so we're going to reset, and we're going to sit upright. Elbows by your sides, shoulders back. So we're not here. Find your alignment. Now, if it's easier, you can sit on a couch, on a chair. Wherever you can feel that alignment, come up on your knees, come up to standing. But if you stand or switch, just make sure that when you extend your arms, you're not arching your back too much to help you, right? The only arch in your back should be your natural curve. Elbows by your sides, shoulders back. We're going to go right arm first. Pull it in. Left. Right. Left. Good. Keep alternating with control. Exhale. Find that control. Shoulder pulls back as you extend, right? Reach. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now going into our hug-a-tree. So elbows lift, shoulders back. You're going to come into center. Now back, pull apart. Inhale. Exhale, bring it together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That gets really tough to hold, right? That was really good. All right, so a little bit of abs, a little bit of arms. Now back to some glute work. So we're gonna go on hands and knees. Since we already warmed up our side lying, I'm gonna let that go for today. So going on hands and knees. Hands into the shoulders, knees into the hips. Now, you can have your long stretch band or a loop band. If you want extra resistance, you're gonna take that band and put it around your thighs. Okay. And just to get that little extra work, especially when you're working with large muscle groups like the glutes, and we're working with just like bands and things, you can afford to do more volume shoulders, or you can go on your forearms. Abs in, shoulders back. We're going to extend that right leg. First set of 10 is just lifting up. 10, 9, abs in as you lift. 8, 7, there goes my band. So some of these will roll up, that's okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back down. So one thing you could do, which is what I did, is if you put it against your shin on one side and then your thigh on the other, then it won't roll because your other leg is holding it down. Now you're gonna lift, hold, bend your knee, pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. You're going to switch. So if you need to hold it down, that means it goes under your shin on one side and above your knee on the other. Okay? Extend the leg. Lift. 10, 9, 8, 7. Drive through the heel if you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, bend the knee, press up. 10. Again, isolating that glute. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. All right. So we're going to repeat it all. I'm just going to leave the band because it doesn't really matter. And actually with lifting the legs, it's just more ab work. So you can leave the band just above your thighs if you want, and it'll give you a little bit more ab work. I'm going to go into my plank. We're going to go right into bringing your knee to chest. Option 2, right, if that feels too much, is just hold your plank, okay? Extend. I'm going to see if it feels better without the sliders because the sliders actually still hurt. Hold here, abs in, bring the knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for a second. You still have 10 more. If you want to do a variation, you're going to bring your knee towards the elbow instead of straight in. Coming up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, 1, rest it back. Take a quick breath. All right, arms again. So coming up, just gonna move this. Find the position that feels best for you, but this time it's tricep extensions. So either kneeling or standing. Okay, you're gonna hinge back. So again, neutral spine, meaning I'm not rounding, so notice what I did. I lengthened my spine forward. I like thinking of that more than I like thinking of adjusting my low back, because the tendency is to overarch your low back or feel like it's straining. So if I think of pulling my chest forward, generally it'll straighten you up pretty decently, okay? So you're gonna have your toes tucked. I'm not, but you will. Elbows by your sides, shoulders back, lift the belly, extend back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, reach, squeeze, 9, hold it on 10, turn your palms up, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We are going to go on our side. You can keep that band. So now we're going to build up those clams with resistance. We got extensions. We got glute max. Now we're going to get the side of the hip. So we're getting all of it. Lying on that left side, hand under your head, bend your knees in, lengthen your hip. Inhale, exhale, lift, control it down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now keep in mind, neck is relaxed. 1 more. Now you go into hydrant, lift. 10, 9. Try to relax your shoulders. 8. I like my hand on my hip just because I can feel that stability. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and back down. Over to the other side. Lying on my right side, hips go to the back. Okay, knees come in. Lengthen your pelvis. Inhale, starting with your clams. Exhale, lift. Remember, when you're lifting, you're thinking of pushing kind of forward, but also down and away. 3 more. 2, 1. Now going into hydrant. Inhale, exhale, lift. Control it down. Find that length. 3. Exhale as you lift. Keep that lift underneath. 2, and 1. And back down. All right, last round. Abs, arms, glutes, then we're done. That is our final round of 3. This time, a little bit different. It is going to be just a plank, but we are going to hold it for 1 minute. So I'm going to set my timer. And yes, it does mean you get a little bit of arms with the abs. Now, for those of you that are feeling a little extra and you want a little more challenge, you can go into leg lifts while you do this plank, and they'll give you a little extra work. Always options to make it a little bit more fun. All right, coming up into your plank, you can go on your forearms, you can go on your knees, but just try to find a position that works for you. You can even go up against like the arm of a couch, right? You just have to find where you can hold it and have good form. You're going to inhale. When you exhale, extend one leg, lift the belly, and then, and then extend the other. Now, doing that mental body check. Lengthen your neck. Look towards the top of your mat. Inhale, exhale. Hands under the shoulders, push the ground away. Shoulders pull back. Belly lifts, your chest pulls forward. Glutes, hamstrings engaged, so I'm lifting up and I'm trying to push back into my heels. Or if you're injured like me, you're on your toes. Halfway there. Keep pressing up. Come back to your breath. Every time you exhale, pull the belly in. 10. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. 1 minute plank out of the way. Sit back on your heels. All right. Back to some shoulder work. So sitting upright. Okay. We're going to go forward, out, and around. So I'm going to sit as tall as I can, trying to avoid leaning forward. So that might mean you come up on your knees. You're going to reach forward, go out, pull back. 1. What I want you to do, when you pull back, open your chest, pull the elbows back, kind of squeeze those elbows back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice, 7, 8, notice we're keeping a steady pace, 9, 10, hold, now we reverse. We go out, still pulling the shoulders back as we bring it together, hug in, 10, 9, 8, 7, keeping the chest up, 6, I think I just reversed on accident, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more, and rest. All right, 1 final bit of glutes, and you can get rid of your band. We're going to be on hands and knees. So this is going to involve a little bit more range. Hands into the shoulders, knees into the hips. Okay, shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg. Lift. We're going to bring the knee around and circle up, out, and around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to keep as much weight to the left still as you can. 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we reverse. Bring it into your chest. Go out, up, and around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, lift the belly, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, almost done. Remember, you can come to your forearms if you're getting tired. It's still the same, right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, push everything up away from the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we reverse out, up, and around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2, last one. And 1. Yes. Go ahead and sit back on the heels. Stretch it out. Relax your neck. Take a breath. Slowly come up. We're going to finish with just a glute stretch. And we're going to do a seated version. So you're going to go knee over knee. If this is too much, you're just going to go into your figure 4. But bottom knee bent in, kind of center my body. Top one, same thing. Flex your feet.
Okay, get really, really tall. You can even put your fingers forward, lift the chest, walk the fingers forward as you come down. Ooh, I feel that. Breathe. Relax the neck and shoulders. Try to breathe into that hip a bit. Think of it kind of opening up and stretching. Inhale. Exhale, come back up. Other side, we're gonna flip it around. Okay. Get aligned, adjust as needed. Square yourself off, get really tall. Fingers forward, walk it forward. Ooh, that's even tighter. Open the chest, breathe. This is also a nice one to get into, especially if you can get into it, right? If you don't want to have to like twist your back a lot, because this is similar to when we're lying on our back and we're bringing that knee towards the opposite shoulder. Same kind of area that you're stretching without having to twist your spine. So it's just a matter of finding what way you can get into these stretches best for your body and then using that. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come back up. Reach the legs in front. Get really tall. Reach the arms up. Dive up and over. Take a breath in. Exhale out. 2 more in. Exhale, pull the belly back. Let it out. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come all the way back up. And that's it. Nice job, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Do a little bit more stretching if you have some time. That's always a good thing. But we got a little bit of everything in, which was the goal with the abs, arms, and glutes. And I will see you all later. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with the newest videos. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.